The streets of New Eden were empty, save for the soft glow of luminescent lanterns that lined the sidewalks. The night air was heavy with the scent of blooming jasmine, and the distant hum of the city's velocity generators thrummed through the stillness. In a small, forgotten alleyway, a lone figure emerged from the shadows. Dr. Rachel Kim, a renowned physicist, her silver hair tied back in a neat bun, her eyes red-rimmed from lack of sleep, clutched a worn leather satchel to her chest. The soft rustle of her long, black coat echoed through the alley as she hastened towards the city's oldest clock tower. The wind whispered secrets in her ear, and she felt an unshakable sense of urgency. Rachel's thoughts swirled with the implications of her latest discovery, the hypothetical framework for stabilized wormhole travel. Her pulse raced at the prospect of presenting her findings to the Intergalactic Assembly, little more than an hour away. The fate of humanity's interstellar ambitions hung in the balance, and Rachel's research held the key. As she approached the clock tower's entrance, a faint, pulsating light began to seep from the very fabric of the stones themselves. The air vibrated with an otherworldly energy, drawing Rachel in with an irresistible force. She pushed open the creaking door and stepped into the heart of the city's ancient timekeeper. The clock's mechanical heartbeat grew louder, a rhythmic cadence that resonated through every cell in Rachel's body. As she climbed the winding staircase, the pulsing light intensified, illuminating the intricate network of gears, cogs, and pendulums. The air was heavy with the scent of machine oil and the whispers of forgotten years. Rachel's footsteps echoed through the clock's hollow heart, her eyes drawn to the massive, illuminated face that dominated the room. The clock's hands, like skeletal fingers, grasped for the celestial map etched into the dome above. The stars twinkled, a celestial showcase of humanity's interstellar endeavors. Rachel's gaze lingered on the cluster of stars marking the Cygnus X-1 anomaly, the cosmic doorway to infinite possibilities. Suddenly, the clock's rhythmic pulse quickened, the light surging to a brilliant intensity. The air vibrated with an ancient power, as if the very fabric of time was awakening. Rachel felt the weight of her discovery, the burden of her responsibility, as the clock's chimes began to toll, a mournful melody that heralded the dawn of a new era. The chimes resonated through Rachel's very being, as if the clock's ancient heart was beating in synchrony with her own. The pulsing light grew brighter, until the room was bathed in an intense, ethereal glow. The air seemed to vibrate with an expectant silence, as if the very fabric of reality was poised on the cusp of a profound transformation. Rachel's vision began to blur, her eyes fixed on the celestial map above. The stars seemed to swirl, coalescing into a shimmering vortex that drew her in. She felt the boundaries of her consciousness expanding, as if the secrets of the universe were unfolding before her like a tapestry of wonder. In this timeless instant, Rachel beheld the hidden harmonies of creation, the celestial rhythms that governed the dance of stars, the throbbing pulse of black holes, and the infinite, labyrinthine pathways that connected all things. The universe revealed its deepest secrets to her, and Rachel's mind reeled with the implications. As the clock's chimes faded into silence, the light began to recede, leaving Rachel breathless and transformed. Her eyes, refreshed by the revelation, sparkled with an unbridled sense of wonder. She knew that her discovery was merely a doorway to a far greater truth, one that would redefine humanity's place within the cosmos. The clock's silence was broken only by the soft rustle of Rachel's coat as she descended the winding staircase, her footsteps echoing through the stillness. The city beyond the clock tower's walls stirred, the distant hum of velocity generators and the gentle chatter of pedestrians a reminder that time, once again, was in motion. As Rachel emerged into the night air, the jasmine-scented breeze carried the whispers of the city's inhabitants, their faces aglow with an otherworldly luminescence. The stars above seemed to twinkle in rhythmic synchrony with the pulse of the metropolis, as if the very essence of the city was attuned to the celestial harmonies Rachel had glimpsed within the clock tower. The gravity of her discovery weighed upon her, the burden of responsibility settling upon her shoulders like a mantle. Rachel's thoughts turned to the Intergalactic Assembly, to the gathered dignitaries and representatives from the farthest reaches of the galaxy, all awaiting her revelation. The fate of humanity's interstellar ambitions hung in the balance, and Rachel knew that her words would shape the course of history. As she hastened towards the assembly hall, the city's lights, like a constellation of fireflies, seemed to swirl around her, as if New Eden itself was propelling her towards the podium, where her voice would echo across the galaxy. The assembly hall's grandeur was a testament to humanity's indomitable spirit, its vaulted ceiling a deep shade of indigo, studded with pinpricks of light that mirrored the celestial map etched into the clock tower's dome. Rachel's footsteps echoed through the hushed anticipation as she approached the podium, where the assembly's chairman, Ambassador Elwis, awaited her. The gathered delegates, representatives from 1,000 worlds, turned to face her, their eyes aglow with expectation. Rachel's gaze swept the room, meeting the intense stares of beings from every corner of the galaxy. She felt the weight of her discovery, the burden of responsibility, as the silence deepened, like the stillness before a storm. With a deliberate slowness, Rachel opened her satchel, the worn leather creaking in the silence. She withdrew a slender, crystal data module, its facets glinting in the soft light. The room seemed to hold its collective breath as she inserted the module into the podium's receptor, and the soft hum of the assembly's comms system came to life. Rachel's voice, steady and clear, began to weave its spell as she revealed the secrets of stabilized wormhole travel, the theoretical frameworks, and the limitless possibilities that unfolded like a tapestry of stars. The room was transfixed, as if the very fabric of space and time was being reshaped before their eyes.